400 vintage Star Wars figures still in the package that never even made it to stores have been found, and you'll be able to buy them. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back to tell you about someone that's lucky, unlike me, because I never find Star Wars finds like this. Uncovered 400 vintage Star Wars Kenner figures in what looks like mint condition. We're going to take a look at the photos. Got a lot of photos to look at. We're going to take a look at them in a minute, but I'm going to tell you more about this. And sadly, I don't have a lot of information. Earlier this morning, I heard about the story. I reached out to the auction house that's going to sell it. Reached out to the person that posted and talked about finding it, who actually is the owner of the auction house. Haven't heard back all day. The email, 2 different email addresses and a Facebook message, didn't hear back, so I could try to get a little bit more detail. So if I do get more detail and it's worth doing a second follow-up video on, I will do it. And I want to say to a lot of people, when I teased a picture of this earlier this morning, and people's going to say it, oh, they're fake, no one finds stuff like that. Well, they do. Things like this come up. I mean, this is pretty massive, maybe not this big, but you know, we had someone found in the warehouse mask Kenner figures from the Mask line, not the Jim Carrey movie, and that was huge also. But this one here, now the guy that found this, or the guy that's selling it, I should say, not found it, is Dan Murphy. I guess it's okay to put his name out there. I mean, he put a public post on Facebook about it, and he owns a auction company called Murphy's Auction. I'll link to that webpage in the description of this video, and they're going to auction off these figures. And although he hasn't said much about that auction other than it's coming in February, it seems they're going to sell them as a lot, which honestly, if you broke these up figure by figure, he would probably make a lot more money. I mean, most people's not going to have the money to put down for a big lot of figures like this, especially when it's multiples of the same figure. So how did this come about? I wish I had a good story of how it was found and everything, but apparently the owner of this auction site knows the guy who was a collector back in the late 70s and early 80s, up until 85, you know, during the Star Wars run. And this guy here has Star Wars figures in the original Kenner cases that they shipped them in, and boxed them up, saved them. Now, there was one reply post. He said that the guy bought them for his son or his kids, and his kids didn't really want them, so he just put them up in the closet. But that doesn't explain why there's so many of them. But reading some other posts by him, it seems that this was a collector at the time. You know, there wasn't many collectors back then, but there was some collectors back then. Kind of left them in the original shipping box, and he did add to it. There are some 1985 Power of the Force figures here. I don't believe there's any Return of the Jedi figures. We will look closer at the photos. I don't know what the card back is on these. There's some Star Wars figures. I don't think it's 12 back. They look later releases, probably 79. But it seems this collector here kept them all in the cases. That's why they're such good condition. And you can see in these photos some of the Kenner shipping boxes. So I teased it long enough. Let's take a look at these photos. Okay, first photo here, we see some Power of the Force figures. Oh, some really great ones. Some Empire Strikes Back. I'm looking at 3 R2-D2s right there. One of them's different. One has the 4-alarm offer. One has the display offer. And there is some Return of the Jedi. So there are some Return of the Jedi figures also. The cards on the Power of the Force ones are not really, they looked a little warped, but still in pretty good condition. And the best thing about these are the bubbles. They're really good condition. And I see some of these have a Toys R Us price tag, but most of them don't. And as you can see on the very edge of this picture is the Kenner assortment box that was shipped out to stores, which is at the time back then really rare for somebody just to buy a case like this. So I'm thinking whoever had this probably owned a toy store or knew someone really close at a toy store where they would just sell them a whole case of figures. Here's a beautiful picture here. Look at all those Tusken Raiders, 3PO, those Stormtroopers, R5-D4, Snaggletooth, Princess Leia, all on pristine cards. Some of them don't even have the punched out yet. And here's another picture here for some Empire Strikes Back figure. Of course, we got Luke Skywalker, some Rebel Soldier, Bespin Han. There's that case again with many figures. He has 48 figures in a case. And let's take another look. Here's some more Return of the Jedi pictures. We got Leia in the Bosch outfit. Got the Rancor Keeper, and you can see there's 8D8. Even some of them have started to turn a little yellow. That figure turns yellow fast, as you can see even in the package, but that one in the middle is still white. Here's another one. Okay, as you can see, there's the case, 24 pieces, good. There's the box right there, 24 in that box. And there, look at all them Yodas. That is a lot of Yodas right there. I've never seen so many Yodas in my life. And check out this with some more Power of the Force Return of the Jedi figures. There's Luke Skywalker with his Stormtrooper outfit. That's a really rare one right there. You got B-Wing Pilot, got Scout Trooper, even got an Imperial Dignitary. Now here's another one to make your mouth drool. Original Star Wars figures on the original Star Wars cards. Again, I don't think these are 12 back. These is probably 78, 79. Well, of course they are with Boba Fett. Look at Boba Fett. Good Lord. Just give me one. I'll help promote the auction. Give me one of those Boba Fett. There's Darth Vader. A lot of Obi-Wan. That's just a beautiful thing to see. Here's another photo again with a Kenner shipping package right there. And you got some Return of the Jedi, some Ewoks. So really nothing special to talk about there. And there's FX7. Now a lot of people say, oh, FX7, that's worth a lot of money. Well, I did a whole video. It depends on what card back. There's a very rare card back. I don't see the back of this, so we're not sure if that's the rare one. If it is, we're talking thousands of dollars, but it's probably not. You can't tell from the front. Got some more Power of the Force figures right there. And let's look at another one here. More original Star Wars figures, and there's a Star Wars case again with 48 figures. There's a Tusken Raider, Stormtrooper, and that is just beautiful. Here's some more Power of the Force figures. Got a Man, Han, a Carbonite figure. I really want those yellow really easy. They're none yellow there. They look beautiful. And then we've got more figures. And there's the shipping case right there. It's odd that it has the number 1138 marked on it. Maybe that's just random because there's some other numbers marked on the box. But it's just funny that it's 1138. There's Han Halt, one of my favorite figures as a kid. And there's some more Empire Strikes Back and a Luke right there holding the gun. Yeah, he was packaged holding the gun. And I even see a Cloud Car Pilot. Here's some more original Star Wars figures with the Star Wars logo. You got a Walrus Man, two different versions, the one with the Boba Fett offer and one without. You got Chewbacca, you got Greedo, and here's FX7. Again, I can't tell if it's the rare FX7, and we won't know that until I can get some more information and look at the back of that card. And yeah, there's even more. Here, look at all those Luke Skywalkers. Don't say the F word. Don't say the F word. And there's some more of the Luke Pilot and our beautiful R2-D2s. And check this one out. Here's a close-up of Luke in his Stormtrooper outfit. What a great figure right there. Again, no yellow to the package at all. Oh, isn't those impressive? Oh, man. It's like things and dreams are made out of. Now, some of you gonna say, "Oh, this is fake. He probably printed the cards and put figures on it." I don't think that's the case here. I mean, one, the guy could have got duped, yes, but who's gonna make that many fake figures, and why sell it in a lot in an auction? If you're that good at making figures look that real and that old, I mean, that good. I mean, that's some good work if you can fool them like that. Why not sell one or two here and there, get you some high dollars? I mean, you're limiting yourself doing it at an auction and doing all a big lot like that. That doesn't make much sense. But somebody's going to say, well, that's the genius of it, Junkman. I really don't think these are fake. I don't really see anything here. I mean, it's possible that this guy got duped. It's possible. But it's not as easy as people think it is to, make these figures where you fool people looking at it. I mean, people that's been collecting Star Wars for, since the 90s or more, pick up little signs. Nobody ever gets 100% perfect. And of course, we didn't see each figure in good detail. We didn't see if they were the honeycomb pattern on the bubble, and we didn't see the back of the card, and that stuff like that gives it away. So there's always a possible chance. But from looking at these here and talking to other people, I really doubt these are fake. Just a great collection. Seemed like they was put up, somewhere where it wasn't too hot all the time, or maybe too cold, or too much light on it to fade the bubble. But I knew you guys would want to check this out. Now, they're going to go up on auction in February. Again, I think they're selling as a lot, or maybe they're going to sell the figures of like all the Lukes together or something. I'm not really sure. I'll keep an eye on it and let you know more as we get close to that February auction. And another thing, I know a lot of people, I've heard people say, well, that's it. This is the Star Wars vintage crash. This is going to tank the sales. Well, not. I don't really think that. They found those mass figures from Kenner, really didn't hurt the market. And here, although there's 400 of them, we're not talking like 400 Luke Stormtroopers. Now, that might hurt the market, right? If you have 400 Luke, but just, you've got a lot of figures, but you only got a handful of each figure, like maybe Luke. I'm not going to use the original Luke. There's probably, glancing is 8 of them maybe, so that's not going to really hurt the market. And So I don't think these are gonna do anything to the market. I know people's always, oh, that's it, that's this, and people are just waiting for that bubble to drop. I don't blame you. That bubble drop, then I can buy a lot of them, but I don't think that's coming anytime soon. And no, I don't think it's gonna come when we're all dead either, because look at Barbie from the 60s and Disney stuff from the 40s or whatever. They're still all worth a lot of money, and I don't think just because us Generation X people that grew up on the originals get older, I don't think the prices are gonna drop. At least not drop dramatically. You know, you're not gonna find a mint on card 12 bag for $25. I mean, those days are long gone. Anyway, that's a look at this rare find. 400 figures found in a warehouse. If I get any more information and do a follow-up, I'll let you know. It might be even good to do a live stream or interview with him and answer your questions. Could be a lot of fun. But if I find out more, I will make a video about it. Well, I want to thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you like my content. Subscribe to the channel. Talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.